Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. I hope this video doesn't look kind of lopsided. I don't know why the camera looks kind of weird like that. Okay, anyway, we'll continue. Welcome to the channel. We're doing your week ahead. I've decided to do a midweek reading, so I'm doing kind of from the 5th of February through to the 11th of February. So that's our 7 days, you know, going from Wednesday through to Tuesday next week. I'm doing it like that because on weekends sometimes I'm really busy with the website. So I'm busy all the time practically with my website anyway, but sometimes it goes through the roof, especially around Valentine's Day and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't have a chance to record anything on the weekend, so we're going to do it today. And I thought instead of trying to get the videos up today, wouldn't it be a lovely idea to do, you know, just to give yourself a bit of space amongst all the other private readings I'm doing at the moment. Give yourself a bit of space and just get it up on, you know, get it up in time for Wednesday, or get it up on Tuesday in time for Wednesday. So for the reading, we are using the This Might Hurt Tarot. It's an absolutely phenomenal deck, really beautiful, really honest, really love this deck. And we're also using Pisces for your spiritual advice. Amazing deck, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. It's really, really good. Really, I mean, I've had this 2 years along with another one of his decks. I had 2 years and never used, no, 2-3 years I've never used it, and I've started using this and I'm like, why have I not used this before? Really good. And also a deck that just arrived from Amazon actually, which is my Karen K Oracle of the Fairies. I really like this for, I like Oracle decks that just speak plainly to us. That's what I like. I don't want to hear I don't want anything that's too like weird, you know, you're having to dig around in the book and stuff for the meaning. I want to see Oracle decks that are plain and that just speak, you know, speak their truth and something that everybody can understand. So we're going to use this one as well. Okay, let's have a look at Pisces, at what you should be focusing on, or what's coming in around you, or what the main focus is. Okay, Pisces, so we've got the cards down. Let's have a look at what the main focus for the week is on. Oh, the moon. Okay, so the energy around you is the moon, or the focus for you this week, what you're focusing on is the moon. Moon's about secret and illusions, but the moon can also represent our deepest desires, dreams, wishes, moon energy. It's about visualization with the moon energy. It can represent things that are hidden, things that we don't know with the moon energy showing here. The moon, you know, I'm not going to get into a health side of the moon. It can represent kind of like the woman's cycle, periods, that type of thing. Stuff to do with the womb, conception with the moon energy. But let's have a look at what is influencing this so we can see what side of the moon we're really looking at. The Knight of Wands. So influencing this is an arrival. An arrival. So the influence of the moon is an arrival. I feel that it's something that you're afraid of. I feel that what's kind of around you this week, and I think the moon is either Pisces or Cancerian, but I've often read it as a Cancer card, but some people look at it as Pisces as well. I feel that this is something to do with emotions this week, a little bit of anxiety or fear. I think that's what's influencing this is the Knight of Wands. It's an arrival of some sort. Knights represent departures or arrivals. Let's have a look at what the situation is all about, the root issue. What's it all about? The Tower. The Tower is something sudden. So the root issue, the reason that it's all occurring is because of the Tower, a sudden change. A sudden change. So I think the root issue is something suddenly changed. Something suddenly happened here. And what's influencing you right now, I feel that this is not arrival, it's exit. So I think there's been a sudden change. And what's influencing you this week is whether you, with this Knight of Wands, take action or whether you exit a situation. I feel there's some uncertainty around that with the moon energy. I think you're uncertain as whether you should exit a situation. I think there's been either a sudden change or an awakening, or it feels to me more to be like a revelation. It feels like Pisces, you've had a revelation with that, like a sudden, shall I call it, yeah, a sudden revelation, but it's more like some news or something was revealed to you suddenly out of the blue. And I feel that the influence is exit strategy, the Knight of Wands energy. I think that you're kind of confused as to whether you should exit the situation. It's about something you weren't expecting this thing. I think you weren't expecting it, Pisces. I think you're quite confused. You were like, I don't know what I should do about this. You weren't expecting it. What have you been experiencing in the last sort of 3 to 4 weeks? Might be something to do with a child, the Page of Wands energy, but also with the Page of Wands, it could be a new path. It could be some news. Good news, Page of Wands energy. Or a young energy or a younger person. What's the most likely outcome? The Knight of Cups energy. So this is action, but action is slow as far as I'm concerned with the Knight of Cups. So the most likely outcome could be action is slow. The most likely outcome could also be, because that's you, isn't it, Pisces? Actually, that's your court card. The most likely outcome will be Pisces. Knight of Cups energy here. This could also be you following your whole, following your intuition. Maybe you need to follow your intuition, being the Knight of Cups energy showing here. Follow what your heart tells you as well with the Knight of Cups. What are we seeing coming in for Pisces? Latter end of the week. You've got 3 nights in the reading. So changes, things unexpectedly happening, things are speeding up. 3 nights in a reading represents that this week, going into the next couple of weeks, things are really going to be speeding up here. So it feels like there's an accelerated situation here that you have no control over, Pisces. Because coming in, we have the Knight of Swords, another night, 3 nights. And they're all surrounding this moon. So whatever you're confused about, I feel with the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, things are going to accelerate. All right. And actually what you may be confused about as well is that things are accelerating. Things are happening at a very, very big speed, because I think that something suddenly happened here. Something suddenly happened and you're like, oh, how do I deal with this? So I just feel surrounding that on the desk. We've got the moon in the center. We've got the Knight of Wands to the left, the Knight of Swords to the right, and the Knight of Cups at the top, and the moon and the Tower at the bottom. So surrounding all of this confusion is 3 nights where things are speeding up, events are speeding up very quickly, and the Tower, suddenly things are just happening. So it just feels like the energy is so quick, and you're kind of like confused as to what to do with it, how to deal with it. I wouldn't be surprised if you were a 9 of Swords right now, but we'll have a look. How are you approaching everything? No, you're not. You're the Emperor, you're a boss. You're approaching everything with self-control. You're controlling any fear, any worry. You know that you've just got to approach this. And it's interesting that you're approaching everything with a level head. All right, so which is why the energy around you is the moon. It's not your fear with the moon energy, it's confusion. I think that moon around you this week is confusion, because the 3 nights that surround this moon is saying that there have been these accelerated, fast-moving situation that's just happened. And it's the root issue is the Tower, so it just happened all of a sudden. Something suddenly happened, you're like, oh my goodness, and it's just speeded up really, really fast. And that's why the energy around you is all about confusion, because it's all about whether Knight of Wands energy. You're kind of like, should I take action on this maybe with the Knight of Wands, or should I exit it? You need to follow your heart. Knight of Cups is the most likely outcome, that you'll follow your heart, you'll do what your intuition tells you to. I'm getting with this Knight of Wands coming in, Knight of Swords, sorry, it feels like there's some sudden news or information, or there's something unexpected that comes in. Knight of Swords is action again, but Knight of Swords can be something suddenly that happens, like out of the blue, something you didn't expect. What is the advice from the universe? Oh, you got an Empress here. I feel with the advice with the Empress is you've got to take anything that comes to you and you've got to adapt to it. You've got to take it and you've got to use it. And you've got to adapt it and you've got to mold it. Because the Empress creates. Think about a piece of pottery, you know, a piece of clay, and how somebody would mold that clay into something. Whatever comes, you have to mold it to your advantage. I think whatever comes into the situation with this Empress energy, that you've got to kind of use it to your advantage and mold it in the way that you want it to, you know, because Pisces adapts. You're known as the adapters, aren't you, of the tarot? You're ruled by the fish. You know, your card is the fish. Usually on the Knight of Cups, there's a fishes, they're not. So you're all about the fishes. I think your astrological sign has 2 fishes or something like that. Being able to adapt to the ebbs and flows. So I feel with the Empress, it kind of feels the same thing. The fact that she creates and she nurtures. And if we're nurturing something, we're almost manipulating it into our own image. So I just feel that the advice is that you have to kind of not be afraid to manipulate the situation to your own liking. With the Empress energy showing there. What are your hopes or fears? Failure, probably, with the 10 of Swords energy. I don't think it's a painful situation, but I feel that it could be failure, or it could be a feeling of being overwhelmed. The feeling of feeling overwhelmed, maybe feeling that you are, with this 10 of Swords energy, being put in a place where you have no power, because the Ten of Swords can mean powerlessness. Where are things leading to from the Knight of Swords? The Wheel of Fortune is where everything is leading. I just feel with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm not going to say it's a better place, I just feel that it could be go any way. It might be that this sudden change that comes in with the Knight of Swords showing here leads you to your path. It may lead you onto the path to your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune energy, because the Wheel of Fortune is all about your fate and your destiny. So this sudden change, this sudden news, this sudden move that comes in with the Knight of Swords energy could actually kind of lead you to your destiny, could actually put you on the path that you're meant to be on. And also, Pisces, I think that what's the confusion that you face this week is also to do with a move. Could be a house move, it could be moving job, it might be the root issue is all about something that happens suddenly. All right, so it might be that you go into work and they say, you know, you're moving position, or we're moving your department, or we're letting people go, or, you know, people are receiving the sack or something like that, and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And then suddenly it's like, oh wow, I didn't expect that to happen. So it just feels like something is happening here that you didn't expect, because I'm getting all of these very quick moving cards. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups in the reading, suggesting that this was a very, very quick thing, or this is a very, very quick thing that's happening, something that you didn't expect at all. Things have just happened at a very accelerated pace. And then we've got this Tower to say that it was unexpected again. So we're getting the Knight of Swords and the Tower, very unexpected energies. Very unexpected energy showing here. Now in the last 2 to 3 weeks you experienced the Page of Wands, well 3 to 4, sorry, January. What do you mean that Taurus experienced the Page of Wands in the last 2 to 3 weeks? What do you mean they experienced the Page of Wands in 2 cards? Page of Coins, another page. I mean, it could be something about a young... I mean, it could be something, but I don't know what it would be about a child. I mean, it could be something to do with a child, because we've got another page here. But this is also something new and young, a young venture. You discovered something new. And the Hermit looks in to that page. So you may, because I asked, well, what is it that you experience? And he said, well, it's the Page of Coins and the Hermit. So the Hermit looks into things. So you may have discovered Page of Coins energy. Maybe there's a new venture here. It doesn't always have to be young venture. Maybe there was something that held potential, a new business venture. Maybe you discovered a new business venture with this Page of Coins energy showing up here. New business venture. Could be something to do with a kid, yeah. But because we've got 2 pages. But the pages are something that is young. They are not yet mature. All right, so this could be a new path. Might be something to do with a business, because the Pentacles and the Wands are very closely interrelated with money and career. So it may be that you discovered something new concerning career or money in the last 4 weeks. And now the influence around you is whether you take action in that direction with the Knight of Wands energy. But there may be confusion here with the Moon card for some of you Pisces, because it means having to uproot yourself suddenly with the Tower energy showing here. We're seeing, but the most likely outcome for the universe is the Knight of Cups. You need to follow what your heart is telling you to do. Pisces, follow your intuition, follow your heart. What does your intuition tell you to do? Coming in, we've got the Knight of Swords energy. So we've got action, very fast action. But what do you mean the Knight of Swords is coming in? Or this could be, you know, quick action, quick information, some information coming in. But something very fast is coming. It could be the arrival of something with the Knight of Swords. What do you mean the Knight of Swords is coming in for Pisces in 2 cards? 4 of Wands is the home, or the house, or stability. You got 2 4s. The arrival of stability. It's all about the stability. Or it could be the home. So coming in is the Knight of Swords, an arrival, or an exit, or some sudden changes. It maybe there are sudden changes coming in your stability. I'm getting the impression that that's sudden changes, unexpected changes coming in your stability. That could be work, that could be money. But I feel that it's leading to you onto the path that you're meant to be on. So what I'm getting here is that there are changes coming in. It just feels to me, and it feels like you're approaching everything, Pisces, from a place of stability and control. the Emperor. So you're approaching everything here in this reading as an Emperor, somebody who's completely in control of this situation here. All right, I do feel that you're in a place of control here, Pisces. But I feel that the confusing situation of that moon is because the root issue is all about sudden changes. You know, and I think that really where we need to start in a way on this reading, Pisces, is the fact that in the last few weeks, that there has been this new path. You've got the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles energy. So there's been about this new path that you've discovered here. It might have been something online, might have been an online business. I don't think it's children. It doesn't really match up to my... I mean, it could be, because you've got an Empress and your advice is to nurture it. Could be something to do with children, yeah. It feels like on the reading, we're going to just reiterate this one more time before we get on to the advice cards for the week, Pisces. But it just feels like I need to start on the area where we looked at the last sort of 4 weeks, because it feels like maybe this is where it all started. And it feels like you may have discovered, I mean, you could have discovered 2 pages, all right? You may have discovered help. You might have discovered some support, young energy, with the Hermit looking in. And the Hermit is actually the older of the 2. So these are 2 young people, or people who can bring maybe some form of new energy. Or you may have discovered a couple of new paths that you could have gone down, because the Page of Wands is one path and the Page of Coins is another. But they both feel kind of like they may be career and business related, showing here. And I feel that what the reading is saying is that some of you guys, you are facing a confusing time, the moon energy, because it's all about whether you move into this new path that you've discovered here with the 2 pages, the Page of Wands and the Page of Coins. So there's confusion, I think, with the moon, whether you move into this new path, these new paths, or which new path you should move into, because the root issue is all about having to suddenly change course or change tack or do something completely different here. And the universe is saying, well, look, if you're confused, it's fine, but just use your intuition, the Knight of Cups. Just follow your heart. If you're confused, the best thing that you can do, Pisces, is simply just follow your heart on the situation, okay? Because coming in, I think that what you're going to experience is a sudden change with that Knight of Swords. And I feel that this is something to do with your own security. So it could be the home security, something in the home, maybe it's working security, but again, we're getting these Pentacle and Wands. Can you see? Wands and Pentacles, Pentacles and Wands, Wands, Pentacles, Wands, Pentacles. So it's to do with work and career for some of you guys. You might be seeing some sudden changes in terms of the security that you've built up in your career, showing here, okay? And I feel, in a way, when I look at that, Pisces, you know what it makes me feel? It makes me feel that all of this kind of confusion that some of you guys have been facing concerning whether you should take action in terms of the direction of this new path, I think that you've been on in these cards here. It makes me feel that when the universe says, well, the most likely outcome should be that you follow your intuition, you follow your heart. Well, I feel that it's such a dilemma with that moon energy that the universe actually coming in. I'm not saying it's at the end of this week, but I certainly feel end of this week coming into the next few weeks, that the universe is actually forcing you to make a choice, because we can see that coming in, we have that Knight of Swords, which is a sudden, unexpected change when that shows up sometimes. And it's to do with the security that you've built up within your home, what you do, the home, maybe the work, that type of thing. So in other words, the universe is saying, well, look, it's obvious that you should be doing this thing, but you're so afraid to do it because it means a sudden departure, the Tower energy here. All right, I'm going to have a look at what you're departing from, or what this sudden move is. What is this sudden move with the Tower? What is this Tower about in 2 cards? Because I think that the root issue for you is, shit, I'm going to have to suddenly just do this or this or this. 3 of Swords. Right, so yeah, it's all about a quick exit. 3 of Swords energy. It's all about a separation and an exit. What are you separating and exiting from? What are you separating and walking away from? What is Pisces separating and exiting from in 1 to 2 cards? Well, something that's brought you rewards, justice. So there's something here that's brought you rewards. Okay. Something that's brought you rewards. Something that in which your dreams have definitely come to fruition. Justice and the 7 of Cups. Something in which your dreams have definitely come to fruition. All right, your dreams have been rewarded. Okay, I just feel that you've done something and it's been really satisfying and really rewarding. And it's gone beyond it's just gone beyond your wildest dreams. You never thought that you could have been successful on this path. But now you're being presented, I think, with a new path. That's why I think that you've discovered this with those 2 pages. Because pages are all about new paths as well. So this is why I think that you've discovered this new path, because the universe put it there. But you're confused. Should I go for this? Universe says, well, follow your heart. But then the universe says, well, Pisces, maybe they won't, because Pisces can be a little bit up and down. So what we're going to do in the next few weeks, we're going to suddenly, unexpectedly, bring a change. Knight of Swords energy. Some form of a disruption here to their stability, because we want, really, this is the path that you've discovered here, Pisces, is probably the path that you should be on. And the universe says that when this comes in, roll with those punches. Take that change and nurture it with the Empress energy. Take that change, love it and nurture it. Your fears are, what if I fail? But the universe says to you, well, you won't fail, because this change, this sudden unexpected change to your home, to your stability, to your work that comes in either this week or in the following weeks is leading to, let's call it, more fortune now. I was reluctant to say it then, but I'll say it now. It's going to lead to not only the path that you should be on, your destiny, your fate, but also it's going to lead to more money, more fortune, better conditions for you. So even though you don't want to take a risk, I mean, I feel that you're approaching everything from a very level-headed, and now I'm not going to say control with the Emperor. I'm going to say that you're approaching everything right now concerning this situation, Pisces, from a place of being level-headed. So the Emperor doesn't like taking risks. He's like a king of coins. He's like the coin people, despite being Aries. He hates risks. You know, he's the type of person that says, no, that makes no sense. I'm in a good job, or I've been making a good living, and now you want me just to leave that? Just to up and leave that? Separate myself, walk away from something that has been really good for me, from all my dreams, everything coming to fruition, you know, from something I've been really rewarded in. Now you're saying to me to leave all of this behind? That's what the Emperor would say. He'd say, no, I'm in a really good position here. That's what he'd say. But the universe is saying, stop being the Emperor. Stop being this Emperor here, because whatever comes your way, take it, manipulate it, nurture it to your liking. Because this sudden change to your stability is going to bring more fortune. It's going to lead to the more fortune with that wheel. Okay, it really will. It's going to lead to something better for some of you guys. So maybe it's time to start taking a few risks. Let's have a look. We're going to pull out two advice cards, spiritual advice cards for you, Pisces. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have through the tarot, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards from John Holland? What is the advice? So we're going to pull one there. I haven't looked at it yet. And show me the Oracle of the Fairies as well. What is the advice that you have through the Oracle of the Fairies for Pisces? What's the advice on this reading in one card? All right, I don't know what they are, but let's have a look. We're going to turn them over. So the first one is Simply Love. So I just think that with this card that you just need to come to the situation with love. Just from a place of absolute love. All right, absolute love, not fear. Because I do feel it's fear here. I think some of you guys are in such a great position. That's where you are. That's how you approach everything as the Emperor. This isn't control, though, I feel. I think this is fear. Not many people read the Emperor as fear, but he's fearful sometimes in what he does. That's why he tries to clip the wings of the Empress. So that Empress is about being creative. The Emperor is about structure. So what he's trying to do is limit, Emperor, the creativity of the Empress. You're limiting your own creativity. You're limiting your own potential here. And the universe is saying, come to this Knight of Cups energy through love. If you really want to do something, Pisces, do it. Just come to it through love. What is the other advice? Motivation through the fairy cards. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say, get busy and do it. I rest my case. I'll rest my case. It's up to you, but I rest my case. Don't let fear hold you back. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's always been my motto in life. I don't always follow that advice. I don't. But I did something last week that I was really scared to do. My twin sister is my business partner, as you know. She's amazing. She really is a phenomenal human being. My twin is the person I love the most in the world, besides my little niece Ella. But she arranges everything for me. She does all the mail outs on the website. My business was very successful before, but it's literally just gone through the roof in terms of people buying readings and, you know, just being really successful. We're going to be starting training courses and doing Patreon and all this stuff as well. My twin sister, she's the Queen of Swords. She pushes me to do stuff. And last week, what did she set up? She had organised, it had been before Christmas that this had been organised with a coffee chain in my hometown where I live. And it was a Carol's Universe Tarot night. So we invited along tarot readers, novices, people who don't read tarot, people who just want answers to questions. And it was so successful. We had a lot of people there. A lot of people came along for that evening. Must have been about 20, something like that. A lot of people came along. You know, we had tarot readers coming along, reading for other people. You know, you could go around, people could go around the, you know, around the room, kind of, you know, waiting for tarot readers to read. I read for people. I had some amazing other tarot readers that came in that were promoting their own services and this, that and the other. It was a really lovely community. All hosted by Carol's Universe. My twin sister was the perfect hostess, directing people in directions. We had people that read auras, and it was just phenomenal. It was a really good night. Really, really good night. And I did something that I hadn't wanted to do because I'm a really introverted Scorpio in a way. I'm not, if once I'm with people, I'm very outgoing and I'm very talkative. But if I don't know you, I'm very wary of you, which I guess is one of the traits of Scorpio. We can be very, very wary of certain people and that type of thing. And it was phenomenal. I'm so glad that we did it because we're organising another one. We're going to start organising it on YouTube so people that live in the UK can come down and just talk and just share ideas on the tarot, share decks, read for each other, whatever. It's an amazing thing that we did and I really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah. Guys, just, if there's something you want to do, get bloody busy with it. Come on, get busy. No time like the present. Alright guys, that's your reading. If you'd like to order a reading with me, go through to the website. The link is in the comment section below. You can order a reading there. We've got the Valentine's readings on. They've been really, really successful. We only put them out last Tuesday, Wednesday, and they've just flown off the shelves. Amazing. So if you want to order one of those, it's 3 questions for 20 minutes. You can do. And there's all sorts of other things on the website too. All right. Love you guys loads. Take care. Bye-bye.